What is up, guys? Stark here. I am happy to announce that in today's character spotlight I am doing Chulainn Alter. So this is a character that I don't want to say I've wanted him forever. He just came out, but when looking at the Japanese version, I made a list of characters that I want, and this is a video that I really should have made a while ago. It's a video I'm probably gonna make very soon, but it's basically showing all the characters that I wanted to get in the game when they got released onto the global version, and Chulainn Alter is definitely on the top of that list. Like, not like as high as Merlin or Ishtar, but he's up there. He's one of the characters I've wanted the most. And yesterday, I was getting ready to go to bed. I went to log into Fate to get my rewards, and I saw his banner was out. I was like, why not? I'm just gonna do a couple pulls, maybe a multi-pull, see what happens. And I got him, and I was so excited. So I definitely had to come in here and do this character spotlight as quickly as possible. So I'm pretty happy about it, and I'm going to focus on leveling him up. I'm not really using mine in the video. Someone on YouTube hit me up and said that they have a level 91 already, which is insane. So I've been using his, and thank you for that. You know, that definitely helps showcase him much better than I could have done with mine. But this is not a character spotlight I was planning on doing today because I didn't know anyone who had him, and now all of a sudden I have him. I found someone with a level 90, and like, it was just perfect. So yeah, I'm really excited for this character spotlight. I definitely like the character. He's very good as well, and yeah, let's get into talking about him. Okay, so he is a Berserker class and a 5-star, so he will go up to level 90, and he will have 12,805 attack and 12,210 HP. So yesterday in Nightingale's video, we talked about how she was a unique Berserker because she was a support class and she had like high HP stats instead of high attack stats. Well, Chulainn Alter is also very unique in his skills, but he's definitely the pinnacle of Berserker in attack, ranking #1 overall in the game in attack stats and 31st overall in HP stats. So he's still up there in stats. He's definitely got some of the better stats in the game. You know, obviously he's got #1 in attack, so he's going to be doing a ton of damage overall. And if you do decide to max him, he will go up to 16,017 attack rather, and 15,377 HP. So moving on to his servant skills. Now the unique part about him is that his servant skills look more like Lancer skills than Berserker skills, and that makes a lot of sense because Chulainn is naturally a Lancer. It's just weird that he has him as a Berserker, although it's weird in a very good way because he's very good because of it, being one of the hardest Berserkers to kill with a ton of survivability. So his first skill is the Frenzy of Spirits A, which will target all enemies and will decrease their critical hit rate for 3 turns, and will also decrease their attack for 3 turns. So this is a very fantastic skill because you're going to reduce the enemy's attack, and then you can combo that with your second skill, which will increase your defense. We'll talk about that in just a second. So you're going to decrease the critical hit rate by 30% at level 1 and 50% at level 10, and then you will also decrease attack by 10% at level 1 and 20% at level 10. So moving on to his second skill, it's going to be the Protection from Arrows C. This is a self buff that will apply evasion for 2 times or 2 attacks, and it will also increase his defense for 3 turns. So this is a very good evasion skill because it's not a turn-based evasion skill, it's a attack-based evasion skill. So theoretically, you could have those 2 evasions stacked on there, and then this skill can come off cooldown and they'll still be there. So you're never going to waste it. It's going to be for 2 attacks. Whenever those attacks may occur, they'll be evaded. And then you'll also increase your defense for 3 turns with a 7% increase at level 1 and a 14% increase at level 10. It's not the highest defense increase, but if you combo it with his first skill, it's going to actually do more of an increase because you're going to reduce the enemy's attack. So it's a very good skill overall. It's his best skill. You definitely want to max this one first. His third and final skill is the Battle Continuation A skill. This will apply Guts 1 time over the course of 5 turns. So again, you have more survivability here, allowing you to come back when you're defeated with Guts, coming back at 1,000 HP at level 1 and 2,500 HP at level 10. So moving on here to his class skills, he has 2 of them. His first one is the Enhancement EX skill, but is actually more like the C because it only increases Buster Card effectiveness by 6%. Unfortunately, it doesn't get the full 12%, which would be really nice, but he's still going to do a ton of damage. And then his second skill is the Divinity C, which will apply damage plus 150. So moving on here to his Ascension and Skill Enhancement materials, he's going to need some Bones, some Talons, some Demon Hearts, and some Tears of Blood. And then for his skill enhancements, he's going to need Talons, Bones, Jewels, and Dust. So moving on here to his command cards and his Noble Phantasm, he has 1 Quick, 1 Arts, 3 Busters, which is your typical Berserker setup. And then for his Noble Phantasm, it's going to be a Buster card that will deal significant damage to a single enemy, and then if you overcharge it, it will increase his attack for 1 turn and increase his defense for 1 turn as well. So this is a Noble Phantasm with an attack steroid, and this is a huge attack steroid, especially if you can max out his Noble Phantasm. You will get a 70% attack and defense increase for 1 turn. That is insane. He's got the highest attack stats in the game, and he's going to get a 70% increase on top of that. Now, of course, most people will probably never get his Noble Phantasm to level 5, but at level 1, it's still a 30% increase, which is really good on its own. And he's going to do a ton of damage too. Like, this character, he's going to hit really, really hard. So now moving on to some of the craft essences that you can use on this character. First up is his level 10 Bond Craft Essence, which will unlock the Lone Man's War, which will increase Noble Phantasm strength by 30%, and it will also apply Guts 1 time, and will revive you with 20% HP. So this is a very good craft essence for this character. You can increase your already insanely powerful Noble Phantasm, and you get that instant Guts applied directly onto it, so you can save the 3rd skill for when this triggers, and then you can use it again to get a 2nd Guts. Combo that in with all his other skills and evasion, this character is just gonna have a very hard time being killed. So until you get his level 10 Bond Craft Essence, or if you don't really care if he dies, or if you just want to focus on doing more damage, there are a few other craft essences that you can use. The first one being Kaleidoscope, to start the fight with either 80% or 100% Noble Phantasm gauge, so you can just pop his Noble Phantasm right away if you want, or you can just go ahead and increase his Buster card effectiveness with the Verdant Sound of Destruction for the 15% increase, or Limit 0 over for the 25% increase. So now moving on here to the character and review portion of this character spotlight. For his stats, he's going to get 5 stars. Of course, he's going to get 5 stars. He's got the highest attack stat in the game, and he's just around top 30 in HP stats as well. So I gave Nightingale a 5-star. I'm obviously going to give Chulainn a 5-star as well. And then for his skills, I'm going to give him a 4-star in skills. He has absolutely fantastic skills and a very good Noble Phantasm, but they're very selfish. They don't really help the team out that much. They're just going to be focused solely on him, dealing tons of damage and surviving, which isn't bad, but I only generally award 5 stars to like above and beyond skills, things that will just make it like completely broken, and he has got very good skills, but they're not perfect skills. As for his versatility, I'm going to give him a 4-star in versatility as well, being a berserker that has very high survivability. He can survive most situations, and you can put him on most teams because he's a berserker, so he's going to do a lot more damage, and he's going to carry his own weight. You don't have to bring an extra support in to worry about healing him or protecting him or anything like that, because he's probably going to be okay on his own with all his evasions and guts and everything like that. So generally speaking, he will be fine by himself. Moving on to his aesthetics, I'm going to give him a 4-star in aesthetics as well. He has some of the best artwork in the game in my opinion, and as I said before, he's one of the characters I've been trying to get my hands on the most. He's one of the original Fate characters, and it's always nice to see some of them shine with very good characters, although technically it's a little bit different because he's the alter version, but still, you guys know it. You know who it is. It's OG Lancer, and he's awesome, so I'm really nice to have him on my team, and I'm going to be using him a lot, going to be doing a ton of damage with him, and I'm very excited to max him out. So overall, I'm going to give him a 4.3 out of 5. He's very good servant who does a ton of damage, and he's got very high survivability. Maybe I was a little bit hard on his stats, but I'm still developing the stats. I'm still working on it. I'm still like getting it to the way I want it, and I've actually come up with a different method for it, but until I make the graphic, until I get everything set and situated, I'm going to just keep it the way it's been, and then when the graphic comes along, I will unveil the new ranking system. So some of the rankings may change, some of the characters may rank higher than I've already said, some of them may be lower. it's just going to wait for that. For now, I'm just going to stick to the ranking system that I already have and keep it consistent until I get everything situated and finalized. So that's going to wrap up this character spotlight, guys. I will leave you guys here with his Noble Phantasm, which is pretty awesome, by the way. And I will see you guys tomorrow.